To ban. Dire team ban. OG's turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
That's it. That's your camera time, guys. I know you guys are still staring at the camera.
I was still practicing.
Yeah. Oh, we got another Earth Spirit and Pugna coming out again. But this time it's on the side of OG. So they just opened with Brame's opening
Is this
from
like
previous
straight
game.
disrespect or what?
I don't know.
Is this like if you we'll show you how to win with these two?
Okay,
heroes?
I will tell you.
You can do, I can do better.
True. And also, OG last season, the first couple of series that they played, they had a little bit of a theme going on. With first game looked good, won the game. Second game, clowning around a little bit, losing the game, but then winning game 3 again. So if there is a time for OG to clown around a little bit, it would be this game, and perhaps copying the draft from their opponents from previous game might be one of them.
Nothing would make us all happier than to go to a game 3.
True.
Brame are in their opener, they're just planting out this very, very difficult to deal with offlane. Doom got some big old buffs. 3 base armor buff. Brian, that's a lot of armor.
That's like more than double his armor.
3 of those.
But he didn't have any armor before, so he
Good
went
thing we
from
brought in a mathematician.
0 to 3.
And then on top of that, like Shadow Shaman's one of the strongest laning heroes from last patch into this patch. Like not a whole lot is going to change about that because his base damage is so high. This is like when it comes to like if I want to win lanes, it's not about your spells so much as your stats. If you are statty, if you thick, then you can win the lane.
That last patch.
Yeah.
You just have 335 move speed, 5 armor, and 60 damage. You'll be able to win pretty much every lane.
Spirit.
And Ember Spirit, he did get massively buffed. His level 1 Flame Guard went from 8 seconds to 11. So his early game laning stage, I would just say it also
if you can't
accelerates
pop
his farm.
Flame Guard. If you can't plop. And I feel like the Pugna certainly can.
Yeah, Pugna's really not great against Ember though, like in game.
Yeah.
He also just gets on top of you in the mid game.
Probably doesn't save anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it's Topson, so they might just leave the Pugna as core, mid lane that is, but I wouldn't be a huge fan of it here when they see the Ember picked up.
It might be Brame has a philosophy that I know like Liquid has, for example, which is that like at the highest execution level, we can deal with this, right? Because Doom, his primary target is going to be going after that Pugna, right?
Yeah.
If he does it to anybody else, they're getting both a Phonic Shield and life drain. You know, like that person's gonna survive. So I think he pretty much has to run after the Pugna for a lot of it. So
You think Medusa's possibly coming here for OG? One of the OG heroes that deals with Doom.
And one of the ranged carries you really wanted to see.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of those yet, so clearly I don't understand anything.
Well, we've seen Medusa banned quite a few times.
sit behind because Pugna, Earth Spirit. Maybe that's too bold.
Typically, it is him playing it.
Yeah.
They go PL. So PL is super strong against everyone here that's not Ember. It's not horrible against Ember. I have to believe the Shard is insanely good against 2 ranged squishy supports.
Yes. The BSJ Phantom Lancer Shard.
If you look at the patch notes of PL, if he doesn't buy a Shard, I'm going to be upset. It's literally a nerfs across the board and then buff Shard.
Every single Phantom Lancer I get on my team, like I've been influenced by BSJ at this point in time. I'm just like, you should really get the Shard. Like, please get the Shard. And I never do that because, you know, like I'm not a carry player, so I don't want to influence my carry players'
do they
decisions. Buy it? No, they never do. They don't believe in it, Brian.
It's never mind. I'm not gonna get into this. He's gonna buy Shard. It's gonna come out Diffusal Manta.
Shadow Shaman is gonna be very sad.
Yeah, they're gonna die in like 2 hits to Shard illusions. It's fine. I like the PL just because they don't. So they have Embers, quote unquote, to deal with it, but they don't have a reliable way to find the real one. Like they have Shadow Shaman and Doom, and as long as he's spawned a couple illusions, it's going to be difficult for Brame to start the fight the way that they want to.
What would you like to see as a way to deal with it? They still have, but it has to be a hero for focus.
Yeah, I think it's a really good ban in the Anti-Mage. It's a decent matchup against PL, but most notably, it's a carry that can kind of ignore the PL and blink on everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So a Spectre might be another ban I would really like to see here. I think Spectre would be quite scary for the way OG wants to play.
If you do any of those like those non-mobile like Battle Fury heroes, right, then you are usually very susceptible to Pugna. You know, you're kind of like Ursa's and stuff. Like Decrepify is going to ruin.
You're also running through
a
PL, right? Which you're getting all your mana burned. If they manage to draw out the fight for like 10 seconds, you're suddenly useless. So they definitely need that guy that jumps the back lines. I'd be surprised if it's not Spectre here, but what do I know at the end of the day?
Is there any hero in particular you like to see for Ceb? As I believe that is what OG is still looking for?
A fight committer.
Fight committer.
Something like us. I don't want to see this hero specifically, but something like a Centaur.
Okay.
Mars. Something that's going to like...
jump in first.
Yeah. Just say like, we want to fight here, so we're going to get the fight here. Right now, I imagine Brame can kind of just walk away from anything that looks disadvantageous. So let's have a punish. That's what I want to see.
I will say I'm a well-known. I did play it once in this new patch, and because it got 4 buffs.
Yeah.
Every single one of his abilities got buffed, even if it is 3% on strength return damage or whatever. But it feels okay. It feels okay. I actually think it
they
might
buffed
be
his items
back.
Like Vanguard.
True.
Yeah.
It's the little things.
Bracers, Vanguards, all that got buffed.
We saw Centaur earlier today. It did work out, I believe.
Damn, there's that Spectre ban.
Nice.
I know you, No Tail. I see you, dog.
All right, so what's left then? Versus Sven's. Like, there's not a whole lot of cleaving heroes left that feel good against Pugna.
Do something like Ricky, maybe.
Ricky? Oh.
10 seconds remaining.
Slark? Oh, no, Slark's bad against PL.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if
I
do Slark.
I think you actually need to not consider the PL matchup, and you need to jump the backline here.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Team pick.
Nice.
You know, me and No Tail, we're boys, man. We're boys. I talked to him once at TI, and now we're just mind melded. That was like 4 years ago.
Good call. Fit in their lineup, and they thought so too. So yeah, they go for the Centaur for Ceb, and we're looking for the last hero for Brame. So you want something that doesn't care about PL or Centaur because it'll go behind and kill instead Pugna and Earth Spirit. Even though Earth Spirit also jumps in, so you just go for the Pugna.
BSJ, finish it out strong.
Yeah.
I think.
Nope, too late. Alchemist.
Oh,
okay.
Alk. Yeah, that's it.
Alk. Okay. I can work with that.
I always like seeing Alk when I feel like I don't really like your draft and I feel like your back's against the wall. I need something that like changes the nature of the game.
Yeah.
And Alchemist does that on top of also being able to deal with PL.
When I see an Alchemist in the game, I like to call an Alchemist game.
It is indeed an Alchemist game. There's no way around that.
You know, the name that you have on the DPC registration page is the name that you'll have for the rest of the because he has registered on the page as HumbleGod, which will now be his name from this point forward. Yes.
Give
This
that.
makes me slightly uncomfortable.
That's a 10 out of 10 name on the Anna scale.
Is it? Are they gonna do it again?
Seconds remaining.
In game 2 or
Yeah.
TI 10?
Okay, game 2.
Oh,
Let's go for game 2 first, one step at a time.
If they win this game,
Go all the way!
TI.
I think they got it. I think,
Yeah.
but I do think this Alchemist might be a gotcha pick. If the Alchemist manages to get like that 5 minutes of farm, then I'd be really scared. I think he might go for the Battle or the Radiance over the Battle Fury against the PL. Kind of curious what he chooses to go there, but I think the Centaur hero really sealed their draft up really well.
I like Brame here. I like their draft more. They also managed to like showcase that they can get off to a good start. They do it again this time around with an Alchemist lineup, and I think
A lot of fans around the world, because that would mean that we get a third game to this series. But first, Brame has to also execute properly here in this second game of best of 3. I'm gonna pass you over to our commentary duo of Moxie and Fog.
All right. We got game number 2. We've got a Phantom Lancer who, in my opinion, Fog, is one of the most buffed heroes that is currently strong in this meta. I'm not sure if you agree with that.
I'm mixed. I always like a PL, and it's an Ana PL, so let's give it like 10 more points than usual.
I believe now with the cooldown on his Spirit Lance and whatnot, I think you can have like I think it was like a maximum of 280% hero damage or something like that now. It's absolutely insane. There'll be a lot of damage coming out.
We'll see if he does. I mean, if he does go for it, I think he probably will. It does appear to be really strong. And hey, you know, we got fun, right? First, we're cutting the pick from one team first. OG takes it away, and they're bringing it back to them. Maybe show them how it's done. This is exciting, and we do get to see the Centaur again. I mentioned it in the earlier series this morning. Big fan of this hero right now. A lot of these old offlaners that were kind of just completely gone out of the meta, they're starting to come back. In particular, it's the stamp. It's 90 seconds at all levels. It's unbelievably strong now. They buffed literally every single one of them. It does feel pretty good, and it gives them an extra form to actually be able to do stuff and force action. As with Topson playing Pugna, it might be a little bit harder for them to actually get like lockdown, because they do lack that from the mid laner. This will provide that, and yeah, we'll see what Topson is able to do with Pugna. As this is, you know, he is an absolute specialist. This is one of his most
30
played.
seconds to go.
Will definitely be a treat here, but Saksa has attracted a little bit more attention than I think he'd really like here. Production will buy him a little bit more time, but it still looks like he is going to be the first blood as Skylark will swing that mighty sword. Get a nice root off here as well, coming out from Spartan. Ceb forced to run away, but again, he is fairly tanky, so he's going to be able to just walk out of that jungle. But they all took a lot of damage there, Fogged.
Yeah, they did. They were able to find the ward
The
immediately
battle
too.
begins.
That's the thing. Is like they found Saksa, so they know that there's a ward on the high ground. So to take that one away. However, it does look like OG's gonna get themselves 3 of those bounty runes. Stoneman only able to grab the 1. And now did anyone skill anything completely terrible? No, right?
I don't think so.
Normal abilities. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing breaking. Okay, good. I saw Ano. He's holding the skill point just in case. Topson, yeah, everyone else is skill cording. Yeah, sprays and whatnot.
Nothing too crazy lost there. Of course, you know, that regen was a little bit of an issue because they were forced to use quite a bit of it, especially over on the side of OG, but, you know, it's the start of the game. Everything's fine. I will say, though, for those of you who are not familiar with Stolmanen, this Shadow Shaman, he plays a lot of it, and we talk about how aggressive he's been with that Earth Spirit. He's still very aggressive with his Shaman as well, and luckily his team has that synergy where they will back him up, but definitely not as playmaking as the Earth Spirit, for sure.
Yeah,
Careful
he's
with
just
that
gonna be playing
courier.
the lane. No tell. Will he get it?
Yes.
Speedy
He
325.
will.
Speed.
He's on a horse,
Has been
Spog.
killed.
He's got it.
He is. Well, there's some slow horse heroes. I don't know. Actually, are there any slow horse? I don't think there are. Good call, actually. Horse heroes are fast.
Yeah. Yep.
Used to not always be.
It makes sense, you know? Logic in my game of magic and... But they are duking it out over here. They have to be a little bit careful. Summonon, of course, does hit very hard, but No Tail, of course, does have ways of protecting himself and getting a better advantage here.
No Tail's happy as long as he's hitting him instead of hitting the creeps, right? Because then Ana can maybe try to get last hits because of that massive base damage that that Shadow Shaman does have. We still see. I'll say HumbleGod. You know what? I'll give it to everybody. I'll say HumbleGod. He's struggling still. He can't actually get many last hits down here versus this Shadow Shaman and Doom. He's at only 1 right now.
God, HumbleGod sounds so anime. I'm sorry.
I know. I can't say. I don't think I can say it honestly.
I can hear it in the Japanese like anime voice.
I've known Nana too long too. I don't know.
Well, it's like when No Tail tried to rebrand. Remember, he wanted to be Big Daddy, and then he became Big Daddy No Tail. Then he just gave up, and he's back to No Tail.
I think most rebrands just don't work. Like even like what Eurus, everyone just goes Ratse, you know, it just make it sit. As we're seeing mid, Topson doing very well in this matchup. It's quite a Pugna favored one. You sure you have some place to dodge some damage with your flip guards and your slights, but you're just getting poked and your power is getting harassed too. And as we said, Topson comfortable with all matches, all matchups pretty much as a
It's definitely the situation we saw in the last game too, when Topson was on the Ricky, and you had it just changed up with Wish, of course, playing that Pugna. So it's going to be a bit difficult, but there are plenty of ways for this Ember to try to get themselves back into the game more comfortably. But No Tail.
It's going to be Topson huge on this mid lane. As No Tail,
He's dead.
Will die. Topson's even contesting the smoke hit, so being an absolute nuisance for Wish.
Handsome devil, aren't I? You're welcome.
Be interested to see just, you know, the pressure that Topson is going to be able to put down early on here. It's a little bit faster of a lineup than last time around. And you know that they want to put a lot of pressure onto this Alchemist, but they get a kick back over here onto Spartan. They'll get the stomp and is forced out that Fairy Fire, but down goes the Oracle.
I give you.
Very nicely done. Ceb, although he's not getting the most lasted stuff here, gets himself the kill. He's gone for this naked build into a Ring of Health, so he'll have extra sustain. Probably still going Vanguard. I think this is like a new thing because it got buffed. It just feels good. Hero like the Centaur anyway. We'll see Topson, level 5. They're gonna double TP to mid, secure the rune. Both supports here trying to help out Wish.
Well, I think they want to hinder Topson as much as possible. That's my guess here. So Spartan.
And Spartan though,
He is,
pay for it.
yeah, he's the unlucky one. He picked the wrong side. He's trying to get Roshan to pay attention to him, but just a little bit too late there.
I like that though. Nukes the Roche. He's like, come here. Come get it.
Notice me, senpai.
Yeah.
Sorry, too many anime references. Did you know that Dota has an anime, by the way, Bug? Let's chill out completely here.
And Envy was right. On bottom, Saksa making another move.
Stoneman and trying to find this opening. Does have the Fairy Fire, though, and they've got the Aphotic Shield over here on HumbleGod. They're looking, they're hunting. Can they find him? It looks like they'll turn back around. They need to be careful, though. Anna can't afford to go down here. Stoneman does get taken down by HumbleGod. Roll forward, though, again, coming out from Saksa. It's pretty difficult to get a kill on a Doom here, but they do manage to find a kill on the Courier. Did he die to Tau?
The range creep.
Oh, okay.
I think that one single range creep that's right next to Skylark right there just took out on his Courier.
That feels bad.
Okay, that would actually kill him. Maybe it wasn't. I don't even know.
There's a lot going on during that.
He got his items delivered. He got the Band of Elven skin delivered in the meantime, so now he's going to keep his farm going, and now they can't actually pressure down bottom too much. Doom and the Shadow Shaman, they're going to have to just go elsewhere. Like, Skylark's going to have to start doing this regulation, and we're going to have to see where Stoneman wants to go. I don't think you can actually bully the PL whatsoever now. You gotta just build the farm, and you're just going to give up kills if you come down here.
Well, they brought Stoneman back down for now. Managed to go get the kill on the Courier. I feel like it's very dangerous, though, to just leave HumbleGod all alone, like, and let him just get free farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think maybe it might be time. I'm like wondering if maybe Wish should make the move down here soon, because like it really does feel like he's just going to be able to fully sustain with this Abaddon sitting behind him with the Doom, like versus the Doom. Doom's damage is just slow. Like, the Scorched Earth, until he has actual Doom online, he's not really a threat at all.
Radiant
Maybe they just have to keep themselves parked down here, but I think it's just risky. I think Saksa, he can a lot of plays.
I mean, if you leave the mid lane, then you run into the issue of just your tower going down. Focus does have to be careful. Got an Urn Charge on him. Does have Spartan nearby, but they are starting to get extremely aggressive. Ceb going on in, runs in. He's going to be able to go get the kill onto Spartan. But are they going to be able to get anything else here? That is the question. They would love to get their hands onto Focus. Bottom lane, though, there's the Shackles coming out over onto Ana. Not quite enough damage, though. Just going to try to poke at him a bit.
Can't quite go for more, but Stampede's low cooldown, as we know now, 90 seconds, so First usage of it, very nice. They even almost get some good damage on the bottom too. I actually saw Skylark drop low, and we're talking about. So I'm just not sure how they want to do distribute their resources. As you said, yeah, you don't want to leave mid either. It's just it seems tough for Brame now for these next few months. But you know what? They're happy because at least their Alchemist is farming. But you have to just feel a little worried because all 3 cores are starting to get this big farm on OG. So you have to start making some moves around the map to at least slow down somebody.
I just feel like they're going to keep continuing to poke at Alchemist as well. And yes, he's getting the farm currently, but it's just so easy for them when they have like an Earth Spirit, when you've got Topson who can just start taking down towers, starting to really, you know, open up the map more towards OG. Starts to get very claustrophobic for the side of Brame.
Yeah, at least now Skylark, he's got the 6. So he's got Doom online, so now he can actually stay down here. But yeah, Stominen sitting around mid, trying to protect Wish. Saksa and Topson both are ready.
Radiant's bottom
Rune's
tower
coming out in
is under
about
attack.
15 seconds.
Some movement here. You can see Saksa getting into position. They'll use the Decrepit 5 slow. Life drain. It's just going to slide himself away. Just need to be careful of Summonance here. Nice silence, though. We'll keep it from using the shackles immediately. Remnants forward here from Wish.
Rune's bottom.
Spartan trying to hold on to it long enough here. He is forced to pick it up, though, from No-Tail. Cannot grab it. Go root him into place. Snowman they're a bit slow, but, you know, here comes Skylark. He's a fast boy. He's going to be able to body block, so they'll find themselves a kill.
Very nice. And, wow, no hesitation from Skylark. He actually TPs to the bottom tower just from right pretty close to it. Just doesn't want to miss what would look like a double creep wave. So, don't have it. Top and Ceb, he's just contesting jungle. Don't let Ceb target the jungle
Top tower
at all.
is under attack.
That is a big problem. They need to help focus out here and make sure that he can get his farm on.
Every time, too. Oh, yeah,
Stop.
there.
There's gonna be the Hex though. They'll follow up. All right, not gonna be able to run away from this one this time around. Followed up with a nice route into place, but they just don't really have that much damage just yet. And they're all out of ways to cancel it. Oh, never mind. In comes Wishies, gets those searing chains off. They're out the Hex. It's taken a lot to kill Ceb, but they eventually find it. And Skylark was sitting very, very low down here himself. Needs to be careful. Roll forward coming out from Saksa. Not gonna be able to quite connect. It was close.
Devil, aren't I?
And that's a Doom. That was a Doom used on Topson for Skylark to kind of get away from there.
I thought you were gonna say.
Their stack. Huh?
I thought you were gonna say that was a Doom for what? Nah.
Doom to survive. When
Yes.
he lives, and if he died, then it's a Doom for what?
Do have some more stacks coming out though over here on the side of Brame, so they need to protect them though. That's going to be very important that the Alchemist is able to actually get them and that they're not contested here. But Snowman, I'm following up with the Hex immediately. Gets a nice silence off from Saksa, but the body block's coming out from Skylark. Will make sure that he's not able to roll on out. Snowman looking for an angle here. He's just burning to death, and they don't even need those shackles as down he goes. But now, of course, we're seeing some pressure being placed over here on this mid lane. Have a Pugna makes things difficult, and Focus is trying his best here, but No-Tail's been a thorn in his side, as has Ceb. One more hit, down goes that middle tower.
Time to take buildings. Centaur shows up with the Pugna, PL shows up top. Both these towers gonna go down. Now the jungle is here. Just has to be quite careful as Topson, he's on top of him. Slow from Stampede.
They are, and he's just not going to be able to run away fast enough. The body blocks are coming out from No-Tail, though he does sit very low. Spartan is nearby. Going to be able to save him a little bit longer. Decrepify coming out. Now, this is not looking good here for this Ember Spirit, who does have a remnant up. He comes back up again. Was a bit close for comfort. Roll forward, coming out from Saksa. Gonna be able to give a kick off the stomach, maybe the wrong direction there, just a little bit. Spartan does go down. As for the OG heroes, make their way to the jungle.
Left side. OG has fully claimed it with all these heroes. Now they have to make sure they keep this right side, because that's where the majority of those big stacks really are. Focus, he's starting to work on them, but OG, they know. Like, they want to run up here and invade. Ceb is still not making the way over, where he's the big tanky one. They do need him to be able to walk onto that high ground, but Saksa's going to go in for the sub.
That vision now is not looking good for Stomanen, as he is going to get life drained. Skylark chasing after Topson here. A little bit of a heel toss out by No-Tail. Ceb, again, big tanky boy, gets the stop up. Look at this life drain. The roll in coming out from Saksa, and one more hit should do the trick. Down goes Skylark.
I just realized Ceb got the Dream. Not only does he have the Vanguard, but he got the Chip Fest too.
Oh yeah.
Got the max retaliate, so he can just walk behind these creeps and look how much damage it actually does. Like, he takes 0 damage for this. They're applying pressure all over, and PL is getting
Oh, Spartan. Spartan. What are you doing?
Oh no, Spartan.
Oh, Spartan, life drain, but does manage to go throw out that W. And they're on the hunt now for Topson, it looks like. They've got the remnants coming forward. There's an alchemist nearby. They're into place. They'll be able to go use that stampede. So that little skellyman who was already very fast is going to be even faster. And he thanks them with a lovely tip. And they take the stack. Oh, no.
The chip vest, the retaliate. And again, there, low cooldown. If this was the old Centaur, these stampedes would not be coming out as frequent. It saves time.
Everybody.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They move around the map, get his farm on, and it seems like he's having a great time. Focus is working hard for that money.
Dire are scanning.
Fusel's online.
Look at this
Time for
pincer.
Ana to start joining into the fray.
Careful here, Saksa and No Tail, both revealing themselves. No Tail's absolutely fine. Roll in, coming out from Saksa. A little bit off the mark, though. They need to be careful, though. Topson coming in hot. They'll follow up with the mass TPs. They're trying to just take out stuff. They're not going to be able to. The Doom comes out from Skylar. So it looks like Topson's not going to be a part of this now. It's going to be Saksa who gets taken down. SSA Spartan is also... Ana, he's left all alone here. He's going to need some help from the rest of his team, but they just don't have the lockdown. No Tail following up here is going to be able to go heal him back into place. OG.Ceb being held as well as he gets a nice stomp up over onto 2. Life Drain comes out over onto the Alchemist. They still, Ana still alive, and Kiki just chases down after focus. Down he goes. Topson getting the final hit off. What looked like it was going to be a dangerous place here for the Humble God proves to be just a piece of cake when he's got the rest of his team there to support him.
Oh my. And he just cleans up all of the circle wards. And I mean, it's just gone from an Alchemist game to a PL game really quickly as he's just taken over Ceb, even putting the connect with Skylark, but Skylark will get away.
Did you watch Ceb? He just goes, hits some of the creeps, is like, Skylark, the rest of the team's gonna come clean you up, probably. Hex coming out, though, over on the side, but now Stormin, he is just completely isolated from the rest of his team. As HumbleGod going pretty deep here, was chasing after Spartan and Skylar. It's like we are going to lose the Shadow Shaman, which trying his best to help out, but the roll forward coming out from Saksa, plus that blast, will be able to take down the Shaman, and they'll find themselves another pickoff here. Saksa going perhaps just a bit too far, as the rest of OG sitting up over on this cliff face, waiting for them to get too greedy, waiting for them to jump onto Ana, but it looks like they're playing a little safe here now.
The way that they're just running it, it looks just like OG, you know, just like the way that they like to play it, and just making this chaos happen around the enemy triangle into an Alchemist draft. They're just running away with this one, even though, you know, it's only 2k lead, but you're playing into
Dire's bottom tower
it's that
is
much
under attack.
more effective.
Dire's bottom tower
It's just another
has fallen.
display by OG.
This really just came together. Ceb had a great double stomp.
Yeah. It really is just funny.
Oh, focus.
Healing coming out as focus.
Oh,
he's chemical range, but he's completely locked.
I mean, he's got Spartan. Spartan can go and throw out that false promise at the very least, keep him alive, but they do manage to pick up over onto Topson, so that's looking pretty good. Spartan now, it looks like he is going to get taken down, but you know what? He hit his R button, he kept focus alive, and that is what a good Oracle should do. But unfortunately, this is looking a little scary now here for Wish because he doesn't have anyone to keep him alive. The follow-up, though, with the Serpent Wards, get a nice slide off, being able to hold into place over onto Ceb, Wish now forced away. Skylark, he's big and tanky, but doesn't have any mana left. There's going to be a roll forward coming out for Saksa. Focus, chasing after Saksa. They're looking for an opening, but in comes Ana over onto the back line. He's a little bit too far forward. Beautiful stop, though, coming out from Ceb over on the side as Ana runs away. He's going to be protected. They'll end up losing Saksa. They end up losing now to Ceb running, just galloping away, but they're just going to keep chasing after this pony, and one more hit. And Focus will happily take that kill.
Okay, they pushed the limits a little bit too much. They just kept going and going and going. Everyone's running out of mana, running out of health, still continuing to go. And now the Radiance, it's starting to, that one is starting to hurt. The Radiance ticks, plus there's even the Scorched Earth AoE damage. They're starting to tick them a bit low. And they did lose Topson, as you said, early on. And a very different item build too for Topson. I saw him building it. Straight Octarine. Look, since he just builds in from the Aether Lens, and Aether Lens is just such a core item on him, he wanted to just go for the full finish.
Well, game is still very young here. We're only at 17 minutes, despite the fact we have seen quite a lot of fighting. Maybe it'll end up paying off.
Maybe. I haven't seen a rush Octarine. He'd probably feel like he's got such a comfy game.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Very confident. Let's go for an item.
Topson is, of course, right underneath a ward here.
Dire's middle
Ward off the dump forward here from Ceb, but immediately the Delta split. Focus is still in the vicinity, though. He needs to be a little bit careful because the rest of OG, they're on their way. Might be a little bit too greedy. I get it. You want to fight them for this, but I don't think this is the play here. Alchemist. Life Drain comes out. Good save here from Spartan. We'll keep Focus alive just a little bit longer. So Spartan, again, he is going to be the one who gets jumped on. Down he goes. Couple slides. Focus still alive and kicking. No mana to speak of. The rest of OG looking very healthy.
They just force the issue so hard. Like, they know he's going to come back in there. They just know. They're like, all right, whatever. He's going to get spawned from the 2 games. Force it. Just go. Force this. We're making space. On him. Goes right back on him. He's farming. We're applying so much pressure. We're never giving them this, this looming downtime where it's like, oh my god, Alchemist is getting too big. Oh no. Like, look at immediately. They just run into the enemy jungle again with 3-4 heroes. Just continue applying this pressure. Brame, they have to poke them out of here. They have to get the rats out of their house.
They're struggling to do it, that's for sure.
Yep. They do have Skylark with BKB though, so he's a lot stronger now, especially into OG Draft 2. They're all kind of magical. Even like the PL, sure, you're a physical component, but you're about the diffusal and about the burn. This will be pretty helpful for them to actually initiate the fights on their own accord.
is under attack.
Like, things have calmed down just a tiny bit. Get a bit of a breather here from all the fighting that's been going on, but it does definitely feel like Ana has just been allowed to kind of play his own game, and it almost feels like too, he doesn't feel pressured to be a part of these fights. He shows up sometimes. Right now, just making sure that he's happy and healthy, and we're making space.
It's an excellent PL game. Like, the only thing he really has to worry about is getting doomed, which that should never really happen as a PL, and just the Ember Spirit getting too big and just being able to clear out their losers throughout the majority of the game. Everything else, it looks great for PL. Like Shadow Shaman and Oracle, they do pretty much nothing to you. You're gonna just walk right through these two. You're gonna clean up wards. Same thing even with like the Alchemist. It can be tough. I'll take some more time before he wants to deal with PL, but then PL's fine.
Yeah,
I think to just be much more ahead as an Alchemist. He wanted to be able to deal with that PL, and he just isn't.
I mean, we talk about the Alchemist as being kind of like an aha pick, but I mean, there's not once you pick those supports up fairly early, you don't have a good way to deal with the Spamfless. I mean, a lot of people right now are saying the Dazzle shard, right? With the fact that you can hex the with the poison touch multiple targets.
And some devil
Seems to be pretty nice, but maybe they'll find themselves a pick off to get the root off, but they're right near a tower. I don't know about this, Brame. I like the hook spot on you guys, but yeah, Wish finds a kill on Topson over on the back lines. They'll be able to clean up over onto Saksa now. No Tail running for his life. Skylark is here, manages to go, getting one of these nice hits, tries to body block a bit, waiting for Wish to just catch up here. They need maybe a nuke here from Spartan, but not going to be able to quite get that final couple hits of damage.
Structures are fortified.
Good. Catch Topson just walking and maybe even TPing into the midst of the fray, and they just take him out instantly. Ceb, he tanks through it all, but get the big target.
A bit surprising. Again, I was worried Like going right underneath the tower like that, I think that they would end up
Radiant's bottom
paying for just
tower
being
has
maybe a
fallen.
little bit too greedy. But again, hey, check this out, other side of the map. Ana continues to farm.
Dire's top tower is under
I guess that's why
attack.
they just chose not to. He's getting enough, and it just was an awkward place. Yeah, it definitely looked weird with the two supports starting on the center. It ends up working out pretty decently.
There's the
And
shark.
Alchemist still getting far,
Dire's
but
top tower
yeah, he's
is
just
under
that's
attack.
not where you want to see him. 800 gold, the PL's right, just looking right on his track.
Illusion.
Be interesting to
And yeah,
see.
the shard. You said from the PL.
It'll be very interesting to see now, with the fact that Stoneman has this Blink Dagger, if they're going to be able to get better engagements. Coming out over on the
Yeah.
courier, I believe. Again, we talked about this. He loves playing Shadow Shaman. This guy is very, very aggressive. It's fun to watch, but the way that OG has been moving just as 5, it's very difficult.
It doesn't feel like the Blink's gonna have too much of effect into what he's playing. It's nothing that he really just is like, wow, I got this hero. You know, there's so many different ways that OG can bail each other out. The shields, the stampedes, just even stunning or silencing the Shadow Shaman who's getting the lockdown. Yeah, it does feel like it's gonna be tough for Stomnim to have a big impact with this.
Skylark will ping out. I believe that broke the smoke on No Tail.
Handsome devil, aren't I?
And so on this high ground, Skylark, he has the Blink too. So Blink and BKB. He's got this good initiation for his team for the follow-up.
Otherwise, it's pretty quiet again.
Yeah, slowed down a decent amount. I've seen Ceb switch his build like 11 times in the last 2 minutes. He's now queued up the Ag. So Ag's also got buffed. Duration by
Radiant's middle tower
And it's
is under attack.
Strong.
They still had the middle tower up. Goodness. Different words get used. Topson gonna try to force this creep wave off. The jump forward, the blink over onto Skylar, roll over onto the back lines with the silence. Look at this magnetized damage coming out, plus the life drain. Spartan's gonna go down first. There's gonna be no saves for you here. And that BKB over on Skylark looks really pretty, but it hasn't been able to do a whole heck of a lot. So they'll jump back, they'll get the hold up over here onto Skylark, and a nice stomp down goes Saksa. And the follow-up, Seb's gonna be able to walk away, but they've got so much damage. This is not looking great here for the Alchemist. He's gonna try to waddle on out. He needs some help from the rest of his team, and he doesn't have it. He doesn't have Spartan there to keep him alive. Another slide coming out, just trying to discourage them from going too hard here, but a nice engagement here coming out from OG.
Oh, and surprising to see that Brame actually sets himself up for this mid tower. They actually showed everybody. I mean, I think we'll probably see that one in a quick replay if we do have it. They showed all of their heroes. So Saksa just has the litter. He gets exactly which target he goes on, connects on everyone. The Oracle gets magnetized on everyone now. Centaur 7. Nice little connection, and then Ana just wreaks havoc. He was on Topson, but there's no way that he was in position for anybody to actually get on him. They just reset the fight now. It's gonna make ages. They're trying to slow it down, but can't quite fight into it.
I mean, how do you even get in there? How do you make things happen? Grabify again. Alright, standing nearby. And they have the ward down. This rush, Skylark, though, jumping on in the middle. Are they going to be able to do it? Radiant still goes down. And then that's going to be HumbleGod grabbing up that Aegis. Stomp forward, coming after Spartan. Down he goes. The rest of the side of Team Brave just running away. The roll forward, they'll get the heads off. Focus, running, wants to get back into his base as fast as possible, wants nothing to do with the rest of this fight. Does end up stunning himself, but he's safely into the base. But you know who's not is going to be, of course, Stolmanen. And they're going a bit deep here, trying to just get this kill onto Focus as OG.Ceb. All of them, they're just running in. Focus, is he going to make it out alive? Yes, they managed to go and keep him out, but it's not looking great here for SSA Spartan. He's trying to run. Wish is going to go down, though, as Spartan manages to get himself back. And oh my god, Ana, he wanted the fountain dive, and he's still alive. Down goes. Finally, Ana, it is the Aegis, of course, coming right back up again. But my goodness, have mercy, OG. As now Skylark's got those ticks off. They do finally manage to get Ceb, but now HumbleGod, they're trying everything. They want to get him out of here, and they do finally manage to slay HumbleGod. But that was
It's a little cloudy, but all right.
a little.
A little cloudy, diving all the way into the fountain to try to get this Alchemist. Say, some of the kills were value to dive, but once he goes into the fountain, it's a little longer. That's OG. He's having fun here. Feeling probably pretty confident because Alchemist has been so broken, and you know when you're in these type of games, when Alchemist, you click on him, 26 minutes, you look at that inventory, you're feeling real good if you're on side OG. He's not 6 slotted, he's not even close to it, in fact. So, yeah, they're still feeling very confident in themselves.
Gotta look at Ana's face during all of this, because I don't get to watch this when I'm casting play-by-play, right? I don't get to look at, and it's the face of a stone cold killer right there. Just like, it's fine. All right, maybe when,
Ana never makes any reaction, right? It's just like, oh no, I died. Meant a few words.
Tribute to my house.
and much talent for sure. There we go. There's the smile at the end. I want to know he's having fun, right? You know, we've taken him away from Maple Story to make him play Dota. I want to know he's at least having a good time.
Dominant actually drops the Serpent Ward to try to backdoor the mid tower, but the creep wave is there. It actually does next to nothing. Tower's still alive, 120 HP. Now they won't have that for the next moments. Lots of neutral items dropping down here.
There's indeed raining neutral items.
Has been denied. Dire are
What does Wish have? So Wish now has his BKB, he's got his mouse jump, he'll be able to pick up the Orb of Destruction. Actually decently strong versus that PL in a way, but still missing. He probably wants to have the Mjolnir. He needs to clear out the illusions a little bit better. And OG, they're not giving that time. Arcane Ruin, Octarine, Kaya Sage. Topson's just gonna knock down this tower and done.
He is having a good time, that's for sure.
My god, look at this damage. 2.2 seconds gold. They gotta slow it down.
Oh, the jump forward, they get the but the Lotus comes right back at him.
Saksa. I'm surprised he even has a Lotus. It's so early. Oh, okay, he has a good one. Well, he has such a quick Lotus Orb. I don't think they expected that at all. And now, no Doom, and he also had a Kaya Sage, so you know that nice little status resist will make the Doom disappear even faster. And now they go for it.
Oh, that feels.
And now no Doom, no Serpent Wards. But it's not gonna be.
Spartan has to be so careful with his positioning here. He's going to be so necessary to try to keep focus or Wish alive. Like, who do you prioritize here? Down forward though here from Stomina Man. Just got to get the Hex off. Another Lotus coming out. Silence and the Disarm over here onto the Alchemist. Life Drain, but still regenerating very quickly as there is no mana left for this guy at all. Disarm again.
Yeah, they have to be quite cautious, especially on Skylark. A couple pokes on him and he's like out of mana. Tiana just always sending those illusions in on anybody he sees to just trickle away that mana. They will commit onto this melee Rex.
Alright, jump forward again, trying to just put some damage over on HumbleGod. But look at him, he's just getting sliced away. Forces the BKB out over here onto the Doom, which is very far in. Where's the rest of his team? He might have gone up just a little bit too far, but it looks like with that BKB up and running, he's allowed to walk away, but that's not how you want to use that BKB, because Sebi just jumps right on in. They'll slice him into ribbons. Down goes Wish. He has no buyback. Spartan is not going to make it out alive either. Both of them down.
Damn.
And the are we fountain diving? Are we doing this? Are we doing this, Ana? He's going right on in. He wants to go and just murder everyone. Stomina, he manages to go hold him into place for a little bit longer here. This OG is just not showing any mercy as Ana stuck in the wards. It's gonna help to get helped out here by No Tail, but he's just going to town. Eventually though. Eventually he dies. Look at his face. He's having a great time playing Dota here. Stomina has that hold, but down he goes as well. They have slayed the HumbleGod, with them being not so humble. And Focus.
They're just having fun here.
Focus trying to put some damage on, trying to get him out of his house. Spartan, oh, he is just, yeah, that was a little close.
There you go, Spartan. Got your 80 gold there.
Focus just, Focus. A little cheeky.
He wants something. There's no PL. They need to get something. They want to have any hope in this game.
It's so hard though. Seb's so tanky. No Tail's got all the heal. Topson can just go and heal him up as well. They have so much sustain coming out from the side of OG when they're not bouncing. Oh, that's not good over on the back lines too. Gonna be teleport coming out from Saksa. Spartan, he's just too slow, and there's no escape for him. Down he goes. He's only dead for like 30-something seconds, though. He's gonna be back up in no time.
Go over your fountain. You know, that's
Dire's bottom tower.
That's some
is under
mental
attack.
warfare right there.
That was pretty brutal, and I mean, little things in this fight, so Saksa is just doing God's work. Silences are so clutch every single time. Ceb, far forward, but immediately covered. She deals the Lotus.
Yeah, No Tail's not worried at all, and in comes the Humble God again. He's just gonna burn through all of Wish's mana. They're all forward. They get the disarm off, and the Decrepify will be able to go take down 7 of Wish is next to fall. They do manage to get the Doom off, but it doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. There's so many ways to keep this little guy alive and kicking, although Focus is trying the best he can. All right, they do finally slay Topson. But Humble God is deep in the base here. Buyback now coming out from Topson. Spartan just gets chomped out again. It's another 30 seconds on the clock for this guy. Focus, oh, Focus. He's trying to get himself back into this fountain. Will they go for a fountain dive again? Yeah, I don't know why I even bothered asking that question. They're just going right after Focus. They get the stuff off over onto the side coming out from both the Centaur and, of course, the Doom. Ana, he wants this kill and is going to be able to grab it. The buyback, though, immediately. They're really angry. They don't like this. They don't like the fact that this Phantom Lancer has been allowed to basically take a poop in their own fountain.
Pretty much, and look at Topson. He's like, all right, you guys do that, make the space. I'm taking buildings, you know, I'm not being Pugna. Oh my god, OG. There's really no mercy in this game. It just showing a real understanding of how much they just destroyed the draft, really, right? Like, even this Optimist, sure, he was still decently smart, but the way that they just made it look like they were just nothing.
I love how the game's not even over yet, Fog. You're like, man, look at this beautiful draft. And look at the way, yeah. They do manage to kill No Tail, so that is one of their saves down. Topson does have to be a little bit careful here because they're hot on his heels, and he doesn't have a No Tail to keep him alive. He's gonna try to go for the life train again, but in comes Focus. This could be a dead Topson again. In fact, yes, it is. They went just perhaps a little bit too far, but Ana over here chasing after this Oracle gets himself yet another kill. Turns his attention now over to Stallman, and he's gonna try to get this kill on Focus. They're trying to give him a rampage. I'm pretty sure of it right now. They just keep running and chasing. And they're going right back into the fountain yet again. They're trying to help him out at this point. As Wish again. Just...
Oh, that was loud.
Ceb goes down for that. Oh, Wish he's still alive, my friend. He's gonna die fairly soon, I have a feeling, but you know, he made it out the first time. Now, all right, down goes Wish. Focus running back into the fountain. Look at the tips coming out. The Humble God is back. Look at him. Show mercy.
On a PL, ladies and gentlemen. And it got buffed.
God bless.
The show.
God bless. Spartan's got himself a ghost scepter now. He wants nothing to do with this. Saksa. All right. He's finally gonna die. But how long was that fight? I'm pretty sure they started the fight, and then Ana actually just ran back down mid to be a part of it again.
Holy moly. All right, like, this is just them fountain diving. Look at the wards. They have the fountain diving wards even set up just at the ready. Is there a Roche spawn? Like, we need to get something in favor for Brame here, please. Roche, 20 seconds. They might be able to actually do this with this because they have Solar Crest. They've got Acid Spray. Might be able to get it in time before that PL is up, and you're gonna go out and get some bounty roots. Double bounty roots. OG hasn't been on the left side of the map in that long.
Yeah, that's because they set up camp in the Dire's base. They've moved on. It was a new life over the mountains.
These double bounties that get left are that much more valuable with the Alchemist.
They are indeed.
Rosh is up. All right.
Radiant.
So maybe they can
This is a dead shaman. So he's buying a little bit more time here. They might be able to get the no. Down he goes. They've got their eyes again over here onto Topson. He's going to decrepify himself, trying to buy himself a little bit more time. The BKB over here onto Wish, but they'll be able to root into place. As now Topson, the rest of the team coming in hot. No Tail trying his best, wants to try to keep him alive if possible. But over on the back lines, No Tail is going to go down. Wish next to fall. That is 3 dead on the side of Brame. No buyback.
To hell with
they go for the kill instead of just like 5-manning setting up for that Roche. You know, they did definitely have a chance to go in there with the PL dead, but they went for top. and a full butterfly now for the Humble God himself.
There is a rapier picked up, Bogd. Did you see that?
Yeah, but it's not that good anymore versus versus evasion, unfortunately.
Focus would like to give Ana a rapier as an offering to the Humble God.
Yeah, it actually hurts quite a lot. Like, if he had this, if this was last match, I'd be like, okay, it's Alchemist now. I'd be okay versus Peel, but the evasion, it's no true strike anymore.
There's a tier 2 up in bottom, and they just like breezed right past it, and they were like, oh, is anybody hanging around here? Anyone we can murder? Roche is up, though, and this has the Ag Shard. So who would you put that on?
Refreshes every time you use it. It gives you
Age is going down. They've got ways to lock him down. They have to be quick about it. Nice silence coming up from Saksa. Buys a little bit more time. Ana gets dominant again. Should be able to go clean up. Wish he's like, I see there's a rapier here. I would like that, but you know, we'll focus over here onto Wish. Does have to be careful. Nice stop coming out from the follow up with Saksa. Down goes dominant. They want this. They want to get as many kills as they can get here. Wish trying to run away. Can't run very far because it is, of course, his own fountain. But the creeps are just winning the game for them while all of this is going down. The GG gets called. Humble God, have mercy as OG. They're looking real nice now with Ana back on the squad.
oh my god, yeah, that was something. They hit a timing. They just